we can talk now about the design phase of that software life cycle, which is the third phase that we want to talk about. So talk to me a little about sort of what the expectations are in terms of that design phase.
Right, at that point, we're starting to talking about infrastructure, architecture of the software. We start talking about design. I mean, because at the beginning, the client just sees, the front of the app or web development. But behind what you want to see is a lot of work you're doing in the back end to make sure that that information is available, and all the information that you see, you can capture data. So at the end, it's all about data, right? It's all about having reports, having graphs, so people can understand, can improve their processes.
Yeah, and I like that. This whole software architecture is really based on front end, back end, because you've got folks who are going to be using the front end of the software. Then you've got the back end that needs to actually work, right? I mean, you're talking about databases and, like you said, infrastructure, architecture around how does this thing actually work? How does this thing perform? Which is really based on the requirements, right? Because we need that list of requirements. We need you to really tell us exactly what you are expecting the software to be able to do in order for us to tell you about this next phase, which is that design piece. The design piece is helpful based on that. So the architectural framework, right? Just like building a house, that blueprint, right? Just like building a car, that blueprint is very, very necessary, because then you're going to have the engine, right? And the engine is probably the back end, right? Correct. And the way the car looks, the way it shapes and so forth is probably the front end. So we will be able to develop a design a look and a feel for both front end and back end. Where are users going to click? What are they going to be clicking? Is it going to be dropping down lists? What action are they going to be taking? What happens next when they click this and that? And that's all based on the requirements. The story that you are telling from the requirements is then taken and we created a design look,
right?
A look for that both on the architectural side, database infrastructure, technology, security, all of those processes. You will get a visual, which is very important. That visual is going to help you to see that big picture on the design for the software.
That's correct. And that's key design. And at the end, all these designs needs to be approved by the client. So we have to make sure they see what we're working on before we go to the next step, which is development.